Hi guys, welcome back to yet another new launch analysis, and today we will be talking about Lentor Gardens Residences. So in this video, I'll be addressing issues such as oversupply issues in Lentor, whether Kingsford is a reputable developer, and if this is still worth investing in considering it's the 7th plot in the Lentor area. So without further ado, let's just get into some project information of this development. So like I mentioned, this developer is actually Kingsford, and in this area where GoCoLand is the main monopoly, this is one of the other developers that is part of the Lentor cluster. So we are located in District 26, and there will be 499 residential units, including 3 shops. So what's very special about the unit types would be that it's from 2 to 4 bedrooms, but this development is the only development that comes with 3 strata terraces that will be for sale. So car park lots wise, we are seeing a total of 402 car park lots across the entire of Singapore. There are some developments that only offer maybe 40% car park space, so this is close to a 1-to-1 car park ratio. Let's just take a look at the site plan. So the site plan wise, we can see that there's your tennis courts, your swimming pools, a gym and all those. I won't really go very deep into what facilities they are offering. So there's also a sky terrace located on the 9th story, so we can see you probably get your lounge areas for you to rest and relax. And let's go into the location of this development. So we can see that for Lentor Modern, it's a development that has already TOP'd. People have already gone into sub-sale. Later, I will break down as to the price matrix that Lentor Modern is actually transacting at currently. So behind over here, we have our landed cluster, right? And all these developments have already launched. Lentor Central Residences, Hillock Green, Lentor Hills Residences, Lentor Mansion, Lentoria. So we are located over here. To walk to the MRT, there will probably be a side gate that can cut through the park all the way across to Lentor MRT. If not, you can walk from here straight to one of the MRT exits over here. So it's probably around an 8 to 10 minute walk depending on how quickly you walk. But this developer has actually provided shuttle bus services for the first year. So there's a lot of different unit layouts that this developer is actually offering. So we can see the breakdown from 2-bedroom units all the way to 4 bedrooms, as well as the terrace. I won't really touch into whatever unit types they are providing, but the preview period is set to be from 4th July to probably around 12th July, and then launch weekend will be on 18th July. So if you are interested to know which specific units you should actually go for and the walkaway price for this development and the exact layouts that I personally would choose, just feel free to WhatsApp me or just join my Telegram broadcast channel if you want to get first-hand updates in terms of Singapore's real estate market. So let's go into the overwhelming question of, is there an oversupply issue in Lentor? So there's a close to probably 4,000 units that have launched in the Lentor estate since 2022, and it really looks like there's really a lot of units, right? But let's just take a closer look as to who is our actual competition when we were to exit eventually. Lentor Modern, 605 units. The launch year was 2022. This is actually an integrated that links straight to Lentor MRT, and they have in fact cleared their seller stamp duty of 3 years. So Lentor Gardens Residences, as well as the upcoming GoCoLand GLS, these two are a little bit special because now we are under a new ruling where we need 4 years to actually clear the seller's stamp duty, as opposed to all the previous launches that only has about 3 years. So this is actually our wave 2, where we see a 4-year seller stamp duty period. Our runway is actually slightly longer, which also means that when we are looking to exit, our competing launch would probably be the GoCoLand GLS. But just to take note, the land bid prices of this last GoCoLand GLS is actually very high compared to Lentor Gardens Residences. For GoCoLand GLS, I suspect the PSF might be closer to about 2007 PSF. If you do the math, if let's say Lentor Gardens Residences were to launch at about 2003 to 2005 PSF, there's still a $300 to $500 gap. And if you just go for 1,000 square feet unit, that is close to $300,000 to $500,000 difference in terms of a overall quantum. This is just something that we can potentially take a look at because we consider it like the phase 1 launches, and now we are belonging to the category of phase 2 launches. And another plus point is that when these units in phase 1 were to set record prices for those developments, we can also use that kind of price to eventually sell when we are looking to subsell our units eventually. Lentor Modern was actually the first one in the oversupplied area. If we look at Lentor Modern's subsale price point, which is something that we are of course quite keen on, back then when they launched is closer to 2000 to 2001 PSF, and now we can see that it's transacting on average around 2004 PSF. So they have actually gained quite a bit of profit margin, and now this is the resale market, the subsale market that we are actually looking at. When they first launched, I think there were also concerns of oversupply issues, but we can see that in the entire Lentor cluster, it's close to 98.8% sold out in terms of all the remaining launches. And now of course we still have Lentor Gardens that is coming up, as well as the last GoCoLand GLS that is potentially launching probably next year. So if we just look at our surrounding developments, just to touch again on our oversupply issues, your resale window will actually open only 2 years after the other launches. So Lentor Modern, we see that they actually cleared their SSD in October of 2025. We can see Hillock is going to clear end of this year. Lentor Hills Residences, August this year. Lentorial and Lentor Mansion will be around April next year. So for Lentor Central Residences, which launched last year, it's going to clear in 2 years' time, April 2028. And for our Lentor Gardens Residences, to clear our SSD, it will be August of 2030. So this gives us a safe buffer of probably 2 years, and your Lentor GLS will only clear April to October 2031, of course depending on when they decide to launch. So if we look at it for Wave 2 owners, why they will actually benefit is because your Wave 1 resale owners will already clear it before your exit window actually opens. You will actually also be able to hedge on their price point that they have transacted at, but of course you will still have some competition within your development, but it's definitely not 3,000 over units that are competing. It's probably around 1,000 units that will be facing the same competition. But again, not everyone buys a new development just to flip and make profits. Some people are looking for their own stay. So again, not every owner is going to exit once it hits TOP. So there will also be a stronger price point when you decide to exit eventually. This is actually the first project of the Wave 2 SSD, and this is the third harmonized development. So of course we can see that the layouts are a lot more effective in terms of the space usage as well. So some people have concerns about Kingsford as a developer, but we can see that they have actually quite a number of reputable developments that they have actually built, including Normanton Park, Hill at One North, One Marina Gardens, Tron Park, Kingsford Hillview Pit. So if you have actually been to Normanton Park, we can see that the facilities are actually really nice, and even their finishings in their units itself, it's quite premium and quite comparable to our local developers that are a little bit more renowned. Okay, now I want to talk a little bit about how developers actually price their launches. And for Kingsford, it's a little bit special. This developer typically does not really want to sell out their units on launch day. So what they actually do is they will stagger out pricing on launch day itself. So of course, if you belong to the first wave of buyers that have a good ballot number, you will of course get the lower end of the price matrix. But Kingsford is actually a little bit notorious and known to have a price staging even on launch day itself. So for Chuan Park, we can see that even though it's a mega launch day, actually did really well, selling at about 76% on launch day. We can see the PSF difference is from 2,200 to 2,700 higher end of the price matrix. So on the launch day itself, there's close to 5 to 8% increment, which goes to show that, of course, if let's say you are looking at investment point of view, right, you should probably have a game plan when you're going into it, so you don't overplay just because emotions likely will take over, especially if you really like the location. And Kingsford is really not really similar to Gokoland in a sense where Gokoland is a developer that prefers to sell out their launches, and usually on day one they keep their prices relatively the same on day one, and they will only increase it on day 2 onwards. So if let's say you were to get a good queue number on launch day, it's good for you. But if let's say you are later in the queue, you might be paying close to maybe 5 to 8% more. So if we are looking at a $2.5 million unit, that is $125,000 to $200,000 difference from just queue timing, especially since they are actually backed by our Lentor GLS, which will be around 2007 PSF, the starting price of that launch. So Kingsford will probably also have a game plan on their end, because ultimately I always tell clients, right, developers are also profit driven, because that is ultimately how they actually make money. So I think the question isn't whether you would want to buy, but it's actually what is like the plan you're going forward with this launch, and always have a walkaway price in mind. So if you need someone to work with to track what is the walkaway price and actually which layouts to go for, so these are the 4 floor plans. I won't really go too deep into it. Most of the floor plans are quite similar. There's of course some floor plans that are a little better than the others, but if you need a proper analysis in terms of what floor plans to go for, before we end this video, this is just an estimated price matrix that I did up. This is not from the developers, it's not any official pricing, but we are probably expecting a launch price closer to 2003 PSF onwards, all the way maybe up to even 2007 per square foot. So we can see the probably average kind of pricing to be around this region. So it's just my guesstimate for now. There's no official indication by developers yet. So just to round out this video, these are the surrounding comparables that we are looking at. I've broken it down into the different unit types, right? And across all the different developments, we can see for this development, it's starting from a 2-bed, 2-bath onwards to 4 bedrooms. And we also get our strata terraces. So we can see the bulk of most of the units are actually around, I would say, the 2 and 3 bedders across the entire Lentor cluster. So this is actually your surrounding resale comparables when you're looking to exit from Lentor Gardens. I've broken it down into the specific unit types that every development has to offer. So from the 2-bed, 2-baths all the way, from the 1-bedrooms all the way to 5-bedrooms, as well as terrace units. So this development being the only one that offer the strata terrace units, including the percentage of the entire estate, what unit types are a little bit more popular. So if you do need any further analysis as to which specific layouts to go for, what kind of price we should be expecting in the future, and whatever updates that you want from this development, feel free to WhatsApp me or join my Telegram broadcast channel. And I hope you enjoyed this review. So if you have any comments and feedback, feel free to drop it to my mobile number, and I'll see you in the next one.